Tengku, you speak with a lot of passion about your period with Petronas as part of a very essential part of the country's growth.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have publicly come out in disagreement with what Petronas is today. Few questions.
I think we control it. All this, the people. I think oil belongs to the people. I quarreled with the oil company once while negotiating with them because they were stealing our oil. They're pumping oil under sea into the refinery in Brunei. And I got an American to do this for me. And he came back with astronomical figures which shocked all of us. I didn't believe in it. So he said you can measure the rate of the flow by fixing a meter gauge. So I got this from Houston and got it fixed to the pipeline, and we could measure the meter gauge, and the amount that they have been stealing runs into billions of dollars. So I said, now you pay me for this, then I won't hound you anymore. And they backed down, they backed down and they compensated. They paid us a big sum. Now over this oil royalty, I think all these things that are being debated are all bunkum. Because we are in a federation. And the Petroleum Development Act was designed to reflect that relationship between states and the federal authority. And we should help one another. So when we were drafting this Petroleum Development Act, it was done with that spirit in mind, that we must help one another. And Tun Razak was very particular. I was in his room, in his house every night to brief him how to do this. So finally it was agreed that of course there is a federation. Anything beyond 3 miles limit belongs to the federal authority. That was as enshrined in the Federation of Malaya Agreement 1948. We know that. Tun Razak knew that. The cabinet knew that. I knew that. The Attorney General knew that. And but anything that is found in the state within the 3 mile limit belongs to the state. Every drop of oil, every ounce of tin belongs to the state. So there's no quarrel about that. So what we did was, okay, since all the oil only can be found in the offshore area, so it's not fair for the federal government to own it by itself. You must share it with the states, especially states which have oil or discover oil offshore, close to it. And that concept was accepted by everybody. So we said, okay, why not the states vest all their oil rights in Petronas? In return, we give you 5% if oil is found in the offshore area adjacent to your state. This is a simple contract. It's nothing to do with the law. If you're a lawyer, you understand that, okay, you vest your oil rights in me, I'll give you 5% if we find oil near you. That's all. You don't have to go to federal court to understand this. A little boy would understand it. So now they refuse to pay to the state. And if they refuse to pay, they'll never get back Kelantan. They may even lose Terengganu. They may even lose Sarawak or Sabah. I mean, if you threaten that way, these are rights of the people of the state. And I think it's only fair that they should have access to this right. and enjoy that right. And I think the federal government should make sure that the state rights are protected. This is what is enshrined in the Federation of Malaya Agreement, 1948.
Tengku, with the sort of control the oil money has, is it important who controls Petronas? And today, does the Prime Minister actually control Petronas?
Yeah, because what is in the law is that you should incept or incorporate a National Petroleum Advisory Council drawn from the states that are producing oil. They should be on this council to advise the Prime Minister, not on how to spend money, but on how to conserve your depleting resource. And in fact, we shouldn't be producing at the rate we're producing today. We're producing far too much. In fact, we should conserve the oil that we have. We have so little, And even the United States, which has a lot of oil, they conserve it. They use oil by importing, exploiting in other people's countries. Even bombarding Iraq in order to get oil. They want to conserve what they have for the future generation. And I'm all for it, that we should conserve what we have. And go to Sudan, go to Iran, go to all these places and get oil for our use. In any case, the oil that we produce is too sweet for our own consumption. That's why we command a premium for every barrel we export. But we import a lot of oil from Saudi Arabia because we need that kind of crude that provides us sulfur, what have you, so that we can produce bitumen, we can use all the things that we need for our country. We don't need something that just burns like what we produce today, because that commands a good premium and we earn much more that way. But we don't need to produce everything that we have underground.
And the reason...
Let's start on with politics then. You first ran your parliamentary seat in Kelantan Barat, May 1969 elections, and today you serve as the country's longest parliamentarian. Now, you served in this post for many years, and eventually as finance minister. And this finance minister platform, many say, has given you the platform to eventually challenge Tun Mahathir into what is seen as probably the epic battle for the prime ministership in the country today. Could you share with us what we don't know?
I would have challenged him anyway, even without being minister. I never wanted to become minister. I was offered many times, even way back in the 60s. Tengku wanted me to be in the cabinet. I never wanted to be a minister. I think it's I don't think, give it to Sharizat, she likes it. I'm not interested to be a minister anyway. And I would have challenged anybody who doesn't do things right. Because I think you have to do things right. And it's not yours for keep, You cannot go there and start throwing your weights around just because you are so and so. You are there with a responsibility, and you have to answer for what you do to the people. And I think you should have that kind of that responsibility and consciousness. The trouble is, if people get carried away and no longer feel that it's their responsibility to the people, then we have problems.
Tengku, how would you have done it differently in challenging for the Prime Minister's role? Because as entrepreneurs, we often come up against great challenges, we face our fears, and learning from the experience that you had gone through in the 1980s, what are the lessons learned?
Best thing is to be a dictator. Then there's no challenge. No, I'm just joking. But I think it depends on the circumstances. You don't challenge for the sake of wanting to challenge anybody. You challenge because you think that what he's doing is wrong, according to your judgment. And you must be able to justify why you're doing that, or why you're challenging him. And if you think you can do better, you must also tell what are the things you can do better. And if the people are with you on that basis, then of course it gives you legitimacy to challenge.